Stop what you are doing. Put down the phone. Actually, don't, because you're going to need it to process the absolute chaos currently melting the internet. Did Michael B. Jordan just deliver the most expensive, most public, and most satisfying FU in the history of Hollywood? While you were sleeping, the man who spent years being the nice guy just walked onto the world's biggest stage, snatched the ultimate prize, and left Lori Harvey's entire PR strategy in a pile of designer ashes. But it's not just about the Oscar, is it? No. It's about the silence. The deafening, calculated, 12D chess move silence that has Lori's inner circle leaking stories like a broken faucet. We are talking about a full-blown Hollywood revenge story playing out in real time, and let's just say, the receipts are finally being printed. Was Lori's absence from the after-parties a choice, or was she effectively deplatformed by the man she reportedly told would never reach the top? Why are the memes calling this the fumble of the century? And who is the anonymous source claiming that a certain rising star boyfriend is currently having a meltdown behind closed doors because he realized he was just a pawn in a game MBJ already won? Get ready. We've spent the last 24 hours digging through the deleted stories, the hidden likes, and the high-level industry chatter to bring you the truth. If you thought the Oscars were just about the movies, you were being played. This is about power, status, and what happens when the man you underestimated becomes the king of the hill. Let's get into it. Because the internet never forgets, and Michael B. Jordan, he just made sure nobody ever will. Michael B. Jordan's Oscar win is not just a trophy. It is a full-scale statement to everyone who once considered him cheap and discarded him. To truly understand this scandal, we have to look back a bit, because in Hollywood, nothing happens by accident. When Michael and Lori's breakup first occurred, the world thought it was just a standard celebrity separation, but the reality emerging now is both shocking and sensational. Lori Harvey, whose entire brand is built on being a mystery girl and it girl, sidelined Michael at a time when he was going through the most difficult phase of his career. Insider reports and anonymous sources now claim that Lori had told her close circle that Michael's acting peak was over and that he would never achieve the high status of a true A-list superstar. This news is spreading like wildfire. Allegations suggest that while Michael was busy filming Sinners, rumors were intentionally leaked from Lori's circle to damage Michael's mental health and professional image. Fake leaks and fabricated investigative reports suggest that Lori's team had a calculated strategy to portray Michael as boring and too focused to make him look like someone disconnected from the world. During this time, Damson Idris was brought into the picture, used effectively as a shield by Lori. Publicly, it was shown that Lori had moved on with a young and vibrant star. However, the backstory is that Damson was only positioned to make Michael look inferior. We have reports claiming Lori arranged exclusive dinners for Damson where she told major producers that Damson was the real superstar and Michael was washed up. This went so far that Michael began to be ignored at parties where he was once a VIP guest. Lori's move was a calculated plan known in elite Hollywood circles as the replacement strategy. They tried to slow poison Michael's image, unaware that Michael was quietly playing a game that would end in their professional embarrassment. People noticed how Michael distanced himself from every social media post and interview. While critics said he was broken, the reality was that he was working day and night for this Oscar-winning role. Michael had reportedly set up a specific war room in his basement where he focused solely on scripts and character mapping, avoiding all social gatherings. Meanwhile, Lori was parading her new relationship for the world to see. A series of vacation photos, red carpet appearances, and cryptic captions were used as direct jabs at Michael. Lori once posted "timing is everything," which fans interpreted as her making the right choice by leaving Michael at the right time. But timing truly is everything, and Michael proved that his time was only just beginning. The depth of this scandal increased when news broke that after Michael's Oscar nomination, Lori tried to call his manager to send congratulations, but Michael strictly forbade his name from even being mentioned in her presence. The situation became even more controversial when talk started circulating that Damson Idris was merely a pawn in this entire drama. Before Michael's Oscar win, the world was being led to believe Damson was the next big star because Lori's PR machine was pushing that narrative. But when Michael's name was engraved on that gold statue, Lori's entire castle of cards collapsed. The smile Michael gave while holding the award was more powerful than any words. It was a smile for everyone who had doubted him. Public reaction is so intense now that people are going back to Laurie's old posts to call her the biggest fumbler. Some are even claiming that Laurie resorted to negative PR and industry sabotage to stop Michael's success, a sensational and strange claim, but in Hollywood, anything is possible. We have also learned that Michael's team has maintained a file recording every move Laurie made behind his back. This file allegedly mentions emails and messages where Laurie tried to sabotage Michael's projects. According to one report, Laurie told a major director that Michael was no longer bankable and that casting him in a lead role would be a risk. All these details are surfacing now because Michael is in a position of power. When you have an Oscar, the world's closed doors fly open, and old enemies try to shake your hand. But Michael has shown he doesn't need anyone. Laurie's silence is now her biggest failure. She thought she would always be the headline, but Michael has turned her into a mere footnote. This scandal isn't just about two people. It's about the ugly side of Hollywood where people only stand by you as long as you are on top. Michael's silence on the Oscar stage was his ultimate revenge. He didn't mention any ex or touch upon any drama in his speech, but the peace in his eyes signaled that he had won the game. One can only imagine the atmosphere in Laurie's house right now. Reports say she has covered all the mirrors in her home and isn't speaking to anyone. Her bodyguard allegedly leaked that after Michael's win, Laurie threw her phone against a wall and broke it because she couldn't stand that the man she deemed cheap is now the biggest actor in the world. Social media is flooded with memes, and everyone is saying that Michael's move in silence mantra has been fully realized. Laurie doesn't know how to save her image now because her entire brand was based on associating with success and winners, and this time, she is standing on the losing side. Another layer to this story is that Damson Idris now wants to distance himself from the fallout. He feels his own reputation is being tarnished. According to insiders, a major argument broke out between Damson and Laurie where Damson asked why he was dragged into a competition with Michael. Laurie's strategy backfired. She thought ignoring Michael would make him feel small, but Michael drew such a massive line of success that Laurie can never cross it. People are now digging up old videos of Michael being loyal to Laurie and comparing them to her current situation. It has become a case study of how patience defeated hype. Michael showed that hard work is never wasted, and when you are on the right path, no shady move can stop you. Laurie's team is now trying to leak anything negative about Michael to divert attention. They have claimed that Michael's Oscar win was bought and that he used illegal means in his campaigning. These are serious allegations, but they lack any evidence. It's just an attempt to save a crumbling reputation. Michael's fans have countered this even more aggressively, saying Laurie is only doing this out of jealousy. Hollywood gossip columns are filled with stories of how a single award changed the entire power dynamic. Michael is no longer just an actor, he is an icon, while Laurie has become a figure who played her cards too early. As we look at the deeper aspects of this scandal, it's clear Michael didn't just win an award. He regained the dignity Laurie tried to strip away from him. Amidst all this, Michael's calm attitude is making people like him even more. He hasn't tweeted or posted any shade, but every new photo of him since the Oscars shows him looking happier and more successful than ever. This is the ultimate revenge, where you don't even have to speak. The Oscar shade Laurie tried to throw has hit her instead, and she now appears to the world as someone who only looks at superficial things and doesn't value true talent. This scandal is set to grow as Michael's list of upcoming projects looks like a string of blockbusters. The world now sees that the era of Michael B. Jordan has begun, and in this era, there is no room for status climbers like Laurie Harvey. She thought she was the queen of Hollywood, but Michael showed her that real power lies in the work, not just Instagram followers. These details are just the beginning, as reports are coming that could end Laurie's career for good. We have heard that Michael possesses certain tapes that could reveal Laurie's true nature to the world. These tapes allegedly contain private conversations where Laurie spoke disparagingly about major names in the industry. If these tapes are released, it will be difficult for Laurie to remain in Hollywood. Michael is currently sitting on them, but if Laurie makes another mistake, this bomb could explode. Hollywood is currently at Michael's feet, and Laurie is standing on the sidelines watching the show. The situation is so tense that even their mutual friends have been forced to choose sides. Most have flocked to Michael because the world always supports a winner. Laurie's elite circle is distancing itself to ensure their own images aren't tainted in Michael's eyes. This is the reality hidden behind Hollywood. Nobody is truly your own. Michael has shown he is a fighter who fought this battle with immense dignity. His journey has inspired many, but for Laurie, it is a lesson she will always remember. The scandal is entering a new phase involving legal teams and PR firms. We heard that Laurie considered filing a harassment case against Michael, but her own lawyers stopped her because Michael hasn't even spoken to her. This is Laurie's desperation forcing her into such moves. Michael is now at a height where these small squabbles don't even register. He made his own path, and now he is at the front of it, even if he stands alone. Laurie Harvey's Oscar shade proved to be the biggest mistake of her life, the consequences of which she is suffering now and will continue to suffer because Michael B. Jordan has only just begun, and there is much more to come that no one can yet imagine. As the dust continues to settle on the red carpet, the real investigative work is just beginning behind the closed doors of Beverly Hills talent agencies. This video of this saga isn't just about what we saw on camera. It's about the massive, calculated machinery of Hollywood power that Michael B. Jordan has effectively dismantled. Sources close to the production of his latest film have leaked that Michael's legendary work ethic wasn't just about the craft, it was about survival. While the public was busy double-tapping Laurie Harvey's luxury vacation photos, Michael was reportedly in a self-imposed exile, refusing to even look at social media. One anonymous assistant claimed that Michael had a no-Laurie policy on set, where anyone mentioning her name or showing him a headline about her was immediately dismissed from his inner circle. This level of focus is what led to the performance that secured him the Oscar, but it also built a wall of silence that left Laurie and her team completely in the dark. The scandal intensifies when we look at the financial fallout. In Hollywood, an Oscar win is worth an estimated 20% jump in a star's quote, or their per movie salary. Michael's win has effectively moved him into the $30 million per film bracket. Meanwhile, Laurie Harvey's It Girl currency is reportedly in a free fall. High-level branding experts are whispering that several luxury fashion houses, which were previously courting Laurie for major global campaigns, have suddenly paused negotiations. Why? Because the narrative has shifted. She is no longer the woman who sets the trends, she is now being branded as the woman who missed the mark. One leaked memo from a major jewelry brand allegedly stated that they wanted to pivot away from Laurie because her current public image feels unlucky and reactive. This is the cold, hard reality of the industry. When you bet against a winner and they actually win, the house always takes your chips. But let's talk about the Damson disconnect. For months, the narrative being pushed by certain PR firms was that Damson Idris was the sophisticated, refined upgrade to Michael's more rugged, athletic image. We've uncovered reports of coordinated media drops where Damson was photographed in high fashion settings that looked suspiciously like a direct contrast to Michael's more private, work-heavy lifestyle. However, an imaginary whistleblower from a top-tier PR agency claims that the tension between Laurie and Damson reached a breaking point just 48 hours after the Oscar ceremony. Allegedly, Damson realized that he was being used as a prop in a revenge fantasy that didn't even work. The report suggests that during a private dinner at an exclusive West Hollywood spot, Damson was overheard telling Laurie that he was tired of being the second choice in a conversation he never asked to be this video of. This is the classic Hollywood fallout. A relationship built on public perception usually collapses when that perception turns negative. The investigative findings get even more bizarre as we dive into the digital sabotage theory. Some tech-savvy fans have pointed out that in the weeks leading up to the Oscars, Michael's official accounts were being targeted by a suspicious surge of bot activity. Thousands of comments calling him irrelevant and yesterday's news. While unconfirmed, industry insiders are asking who would benefit from suppressing Michael's momentum. When you look at the timeline, this bot activity peaked right as Laurie and Damson were making their most public appearances. Could this have been an expensive attempt to ghost Michael out of the cultural conversation? If so, it backfired spectacularly. The backlash has been so severe that Laurie's team has reportedly hired a crisis management firm to scrub her comment sections, but the fumble memes are appearing faster than they can delete them. Even more shocking are the reports of the blacklist. In Hollywood, power isn't just about who you know, it's about who you can exclude. Now that Michael has the statue, he has the ear of every major studio head in the business. There is circulating chatter that Michael's production company, Outlier Society, is quietly moving projects away from any agencies or stylists that showed vocal support for the replacement strategy during his breakup. This is the quiet clapback at its most lethal. He isn't making a scene. He's just making sure that the people who bet against him don't get a seat at his table. One director, speaking on the condition of anonymity, said, "Michael isn't being petty, he's being a businessman. He's surrounding himself with loyalty, and unfortunately for Lori, her circle proved they had none." The public reaction has turned into a full-scale sociological study. TikTok is currently flooded with body language analysts who are dissecting Lori's recent paparazzi walks, claiming her energy has shifted from confident to hiding in plain sight. On the other side, Michael's victory lap is being treated like a national holiday for his supporters. The contrast is jarring. Michael is seen courtside at NBA games, laughing and unbothered, while Lori is reportedly dodging cameras and staying behind the gates of her mansion. The Oscars shade has effectively turned into a dark cloud hanging over the Harvey brand. Even Steve Harvey, who usually has a joke for everything, has been noticeably quiet regarding Michael's win, leading people to believe that even the family patriarch recognizes the gravity of the situation. But wait, the rabbit hole goes deeper. We've received tips about a secret celebration that Michael hosted post-Oscars, where several high-profile guests were allegedly asked to sign NDAs that specifically mentioned not discussing past associations. The implication is clear. Michael is erasing the Lori chapter from his biography entirely. He isn't even giving her the dignity of being a rival. To him, she is now a stranger. Meanwhile, Lori's team is allegedly trying to scramble by pitching a tell-all interview to a major magazine to set the record after the Oscars. But the problem? No one wants to hear her side if it doesn't include an apology or a massive admission of guilt. The public has already chosen its hero, and in the movie of the year that is their real life, Michael B. Jordan just got the happy ending while Lori is left in the blooper reel. This fallout is also impacting the luxury real estate market. There are unverified claims that Lori was looking to move into a specific elite neighborhood where Michael recently purchased property, but the social board of that community, which is made up of Hollywood's most powerful old guard players, reportedly discouraged the sale. It seems the industry is closing ranks around Michael. When you are the king of Hollywood, your neighbors want to keep your enemies away. This is the level of institutional support Michael has earned, and it's a level of power that Lori, for all her fashion connections and social media followers, simply cannot touch. She built her house on clout, but Michael built his on craft, and we all know which one survives a storm. As we conclude this section of the breakdown, the focus shifts to the upcoming legal whispers. There are rumblings that Lori's team is looking into character defamation lawsuits against certain bloggers who have been particularly harsh about the fumble narrative. But legal experts say this would only make things worse, as discovery in a court case would mean Lori's private texts and PR strategies would become public record. That is a risk she cannot afford to take. Michael, on the other hand, is moving toward his next project, a massive franchise reboot that will likely earn him another $100 million. The gap between them isn't just a breakup anymore. It's an ocean. And as Michael sails away on his yacht of success, Lori is left on the shore, watching the waves of her own making wash away her influence. But the real twist is coming up next. Because while Michael is winning and Lori is losing, there is a third party in this drama that no one is talking about. Someone who has been liking Michael's posts from a burner account. Someone who was at that private dinner with Lori and Damson and decided to record the whole thing. We are about to dive into the audio leak that is rumored to be hitting the internet any minute now. The one where a voice that sounds exactly like Lori admits that she never expected Michael to actually make it this far. The tension is at an all-time high, the consequences are becoming permanent, and Hollywood is about to be rocked by the final act of this scandalous saga. Stick around, because the next 1,500 words are where the real truth comes out. The third act of this Hollywood tragedy is where the glitz and glamour finally strip away, revealing a cold, calculated reality that even the best PR teams in the world can't spin. If this video was about the shock of the win and the second was about the immediate fallout, this final section is about the permanent shift in the power dynamic. We are now entering the territory of the Great Erasure. Reports from the most exclusive talent agencies in Century City are suggesting that Michael B. Jordan's victory has triggered a level 10 rebranding of his entire existence. He isn't just moving on, he is effectively deleting the Lori Harvey era from the history books of the entertainment industry. Sources claim that Michael has instructed his digital team to work with archive specialists to ensure that in future documentaries, biographies, and career retrospectives, the mention of his relationship with Lori is kept to an absolute minimum or removed entirely. This isn't just a breakup anymore. It's an institutional scrubbing of a person who dared to bet against a legend. The fallout has reached the highest levels of Hollywood's social hierarchy. We have received unverified but highly detailed reports about a closed-door meeting involving some of the most powerful women in Hollywood, the real gatekeepers who decide who stays relevant and who gets the cold shoulder at the Met Gala. Allegedly, the consensus was that Lori's strategic silence during Michael's big night was seen as a lack of professional etiquette. In the world of the ultra-elite, you celebrate the win, even if you hate the winner, just to stay in the room. By staying absent, Lori signaled that she is not a player in the big leagues, she is just an observer. This perception has led to a catastrophic decline in her invitations to high-level industry events. One anonymous social coordinator for a major studio's Oscars after-party revealed that Lori's name was moved from the primary list to the standby list for next year's award season. In Hollywood terms, that is the equivalent of being sent to the kids' table at Thanksgiving. But let's talk about the audio leak that has the gossip world on the edge of its seat. Rumors are swirling about a 20-second voice memo allegedly sent by Lori to a former friend right after Michael's nomination was announced. In this supposed audio, a voice sounding remarkably like Lori is heard laughing and saying, "He's doing too much. The Academy doesn't give trophies to people like him, they give them to actors." If this audio is real, and we are waiting for the digital forensics to confirm it, it explains exactly why the internet has turned into a digital war zone against her. It suggests a level of condescension and a lack of belief that goes beyond a simple breakup. It paints a picture of someone who thought they were the prize and that the man next to them was just an accessory. Now that the accessory has become the main event, the irony is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Meanwhile, Damson Idris is reportedly in full damage control mode. Our investigative findings suggest that Damson has recently met with a top-tier independent PR consultant, one who doesn't work with the Harvey circle. The goal? To decouple his brand from the Lori Harvey effect before it's too late. There is chatter that Damson's upcoming film projects are being re-evaluated by studios because they don't want the marketing campaigns to be overshadowed by fumble memes and questions about his relationship status. One executive producer allegedly said, "We hired an actor, not a tabloid headline." Damson is reportedly feeling the weight of being the other guy in a narrative he thought he was winning. The rumors of a split between him and Lori are becoming louder every day, with sources saying they haven't spent a night under the same roof since the Oscar statues were handed out. The consequences for Lori's brand are becoming visible in the most Instagrammable ways. If you look at her engagement metrics, there is a clear and undeniable trend. Her likes are down, but her shares are up. Why? Because people are sharing her photos just to mock them in the group chats. She has become the face of a cautionary tale for the modern age. The Lori Harvey glow-up used to be a sought-after aesthetic, but now the MBJ glow-up is the standard. Brands that once saw her as the ultimate influencer are now looking at her as a liability. A luxury skincare line that was allegedly planning a multi-million-dollar collaboration with her has reportedly shifted their focus to a rising star from a hit streaming series. They want fresh, untainted success, not a narrative that is bogged down by shady moves and missed opportunities. On the other side of the fence, Michael B. Jordan is operating in a different stratosphere. He isn't just an actor, he's now a kingmaker. Every script he touches is getting greenlit instantly. He is reportedly in talks to launch a new fashion line, a production studio expansion in Europe, and a series of philanthropic initiatives that will cement his legacy as a leader in the community. His silence is being taught in marketing classes as a masterclass in high-value branding. By not engaging with the drama, he made the drama look small. He made Lori look like a distraction he had to overcome to reach his true potential. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the ultimate Hollywood lickback. He didn't have to say she was a mistake. His success shouted it for him. The legal sabotage rumors haven't died down either. We've uncovered a theory that Laurie's team might be trying to dig up old NDAs from Michael's past to see if there is any dirt they can use to level the playing field. But our sources say Michael's legal team is 10 steps ahead. They have reportedly sent out a series of soft warnings to major tabloid editors, reminding them of the consequences of publishing unverified or defamatory content. Michael is protected by a shield of Oscar winner status, which comes with a level of industry protection that a socialite simply cannot buy. He is an asset to Hollywood now, and the industry protects its assets. Laurie is a contractor, and contractors are replaceable. As the narrative reaches its boiling point, the public is asking one final question: what's next for Laurie? The rumor mill says she is planning a major rebranding trip to Dubai or the Maldives, away from the prying eyes of the US media, to plan her next status move. But the internet is global. There is no corner of the earth where people haven't seen the memes of Michael holding his Oscar while Laurie stands in the background of an old paparazzi shot. She is trapped in a loop of her own making. Every new man she dates, every new dress she wears, and every new it girl moment she tries to create will be compared to the night Michael B. Jordan took the crown. She didn't just lose a boyfriend. She lost the winning narrative that she spent her entire life building. The final investigative takeaway from this entire scandal is the power of the long game. Michael B. Jordan played it perfectly. He took the disrespect, he took the public replacement by Damson, and he took the shady posts, and he turned all of it into fuel. He didn't give the internet a single angry tweet to chew on. He gave them a masterpiece of a performance instead. And in Hollywood, that is the only currency that matters in the end. Harvey thought she was playing 4D chess, but she was playing on a board that Michael already owned. The checkmate didn't happen on a red carpet. It happened when the envelope was opened and his name was read to the world. So, as we wrap up this massive investigation, keep your eyes on the credits. Michael's name is at the top, in bold letters, with an Academy Award winner prefix. Laurie's name is currently being searched in the Where Are They Now sections of the gossip blogs. This is not just a breakup, it's a lesson in humility, timing, and the undeniable power of talent over hype. The Oscar shade was the spark, but Michael's success was the wildfire that burned the old story down to the ground. Hollywood has a new king, and the Queen Consort has been exiled from the throne room. This situation proves that in the digital age, you can't hide from your moves. Every calculated dig and every strategic silence is archived and waiting to be used against you when the tables turn. Michael B. Jordan waited for the tables to turn, and then he broke the table. The conversation is far from over, but the winner has been declared. Harvey is left with the followers, but Michael B. Jordan is left with the history. And in the grand scheme of things, history is the only thing that lasts. Make sure you're subscribed, because when those audio leaks finally hit the public domain, we will be the first ones to break down every single word. The truth is coming, and it's going to be louder than an Oscar speech. This is the kind of story that changes how we look at celebrity culture forever. We've laid out the receipts, the investigative findings, and the silent power moves that led to this moment. But now, we want to hear from you. Is Michael B. Jordan the hero of this story? Or is he being petty with his success? Did Harvey actually make a move that backfired? Or is the internet just being too hard on her for moving on? And what about Damson Idris? Is he a victim of the Harvey curse? Or did he know what he was getting into from day one? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want the bold takes, the theories, and the I told you so's. If you think MBJ played this perfectly, drop her in the comments. If you're still Team Laurie, tell us why. Don't forget to like this video to keep the investigation going and hit that subscribe button with notifications turned all the way on. We are tracking every move, every leak, and every shady caption in real time. This is the truth Hollywood doesn't want you to see, and we are just getting started. Thanks for watching, and remember, move in silence, let the success make the noise. We'll see you in the next one.